Hey everybody, this is the WooFDriver once again on another wild adventure. I am coming to you live, and we are on what I call the Amazing Chase course, which is similar to lure coursing, but think of it as lure coursing on steroids, because it's designed for huskies. You've probably never seen anything like this. You probably never will. It was designed by me and for the husky breed, and it takes a fair amount of land and as well as some specialized equipment. None of it's commercially produced. Some of the equipment is more or less handmade, and there are a few, I guess you would call, light manufacturers that make it, or customize equipment to do lure coursing on the internet, but as far as I know, no real big companies. So I was challenged. I got a couple machines in the past to do it, and those machines taught me everything I know about the equipment, but I had to build a better beast. So here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around, and this is what the Amazing Chase course looks like. I'm going to pan out real quick. I'll pan around real quick. And it's about 4 acres. And it was a horse pasture in the past, and we converted it. Now you'll see Zorro here is waiting for the flag. Sometimes because he's extremely quick and very into it. Now 2 of the huskies are really into it, being Princess and Zorro. And the other 2, Chase and Jag, are pretty much just pranksters. They're rolling around. They're not into chasing it as much, so they get out here and they do what they want, but pretty much they just want to play with their wolf pack mates when they're here and create a ruckus. So here Zorro is, by the way, in one of the cooling tubs. We need these cooling tubs because even in the winter, it gets hot out here chasing it. Now it's a little warmer, so we have a couple of cooling procedures. Watch Princess, she's so wonderful. She's just surprises me every day with her energy. Again, she's over 12 years old. So, and they're going back to the edge of the course. I'm standing around the center. So what happens is there's pulleys. I'll explain this to you a little better as Princess and Zorro go by. So this is one of the pulleys. This pulley is a free-running string mover, for lack of a better term. So we attach the string to it, or the string threads through it, I should say, and then a machine actually runs the string. Here we go. There's Zorro. You can see that string's moving. It's supposed to be at 40 miles per hour, depending on the tautness of the string and other conditions, if the course is wet, etc. So it may be a little slower. These dogs move in the 30 mile per hour range. Princess has got a scent over there she likes. And believe it or not, we've been here before where we've had a hawk come down and try to grab the flag itself. So this is an unusual sport. It works on the prey drive of the dogs. And almost any dog will engage it in some way. Chase is just watching. Here comes Zorro. So even the little Chinese crested will get into it. Gonna get a lot of water dips in there today because of the warmer weather. As you can see, we have a canopy that we installed and also a fan. Hey Jim, we could probably fire that fan up, put the water to it. If you park the flag somewhere, you know, where they can't get it. So I can feel the warmth a little bit. What we'll do is get this fan running and misting, because it is a misting fan. The dogs can go any distance they desire here, and wherever they want, pretty much around the course. We do a little bit of limited free ranging. In fact, I'm going to find Jag right now, because he's lurking out here somewhere. So yeah, he's 85 feet from me. I'm just going to page him over. Now, they can go down to that barn, but the barn is, they can't really get into it. It's an old barn. Here comes Princess. So if you have any questions about this unusual sport, I would love to answer them. We just have such a ball out here. And there's the Jagster right there behind the van. I do drive my van on the course here. It's a private course. This was, again, a horse pasture, and the family that lives here, they actually rent, I think it's roughly 35 acres or 40 acres. They rent the other part of the property out for farming. And you can see the gentleman cutting. That's our track. We have a track that goes around this field, does about 5/8 of a mile. You can see Princess. She's yelling at it. I mean, she is so into this. The wolf pack, actually, Zorro, we've clocked him at about 18 miles before on this course, and Princess usually is around 10. I think she's maxed at 12 before it's just time to go. When I say maxed, I mean they could keep going probably. Of course, they need rest in between. Sometimes the machine will stop itself because it overheats. Again, it's not technically, the machine we're using is not designed. Now you see Chase harassing Zorro, and this is all good socialization, and it's perfectly fine. Zorro's more interested in the flag than playing with Chase. Chase is getting a little obscene there. I'll turn the camera. That's all a part of a dominance between these dogs, and it happens a lot, especially with male dogs. So it's all good. It doesn't happen with Princess because she don't let it happen. I'll let it happen between the males because they're just exercising their dominance amongst each other, but they do it in a manner that is not threatening to each other. Okay, here we go. And here's Princess. I'm just going to give you a view of her. So she's running out there, and all they do is chase a flag. Now, again, because this is because almost every dog's prey-driven in some way or another, this resembles prey. They normally want to chase, and that's what they're doing here. You can see the flag right there, and you can see not far behind is the Princess. And it's just a beautiful day out here. Now it's a little warm, so we're gonna, the dogs always dictate this again, but I always keep that in mind. Ooh, we almost caught it. Zorro, you gotta buy him, Jim. Yep, okay. She was on that string. Once in a while, because of the design of the string, it would get tangled possibly in their hair. You'll know it doesn't hurt them, but it could stop them. Had that happen, and just go over there and believe it or not, just in a mat in their hair. That's all it takes. That's where it's gotten caught on them. Very infrequently, but we got to be ready for anything. This is so cool. And I'll give you a mileage reading in a sec, folks. See Princess. I mean, she's barreling. She can't keep up with Zorro, but she certainly tries. Zorro's headed right for the water. And Princess will actually, those are shallow tubs, she'll actually sometimes lay down in there, especially as some of the water works its way out of there. And that cools her underside. And we got Jim here just giving some loving to the Jagster. That's pretty much what we're doing right now, folks. There's a lot of history behind lure coursing, and again, it is a big sport. So, turn the camera for a sec. That's Princess in the tub with Zorro. And so Jag's a little feisty right now. He wants to get the wolf pack going, it looks like. They want to have a little, hey, what you doing there, Chaser? Yeah. See, if I tell them to stop, they will, but I don't want to take the play out of what they're doing. The easiest thing, believe it or not, is to train a dog to do the right thing. But, oh, he just picked that right up. Zorro, good boy. Nope, he stepped on it. So sometimes we just got to wait him out. Because, again, the easiest thing to do, okay, here we go. Chase is going to get in on this now. And this is all part of socialization. But like I was saying, the easiest thing is to train a dog to do the right thing. But depending on how you train them, you can take their fun out of it. And if you take their fun out of it, meaning their playful ways, you might never get that back. And so you want to be careful in training always, not to scare them's the wrong word, but not to lose the fun, lose the enjoyment of anything you're doing with them, whether it's running on a bike, just walking down the street. If it becomes a struggle for them, they won't want to do it. So that's what a lot of people refer to as overtraining a dog. So yeah, there's a certain method which it's dependent upon each dog. So just like you see, Zorro will pick up the flag sometimes, and the name of the game is really not to pick it up, and none of the other dogs do. They might pick it up for a second, put it in their mouth, and let it out. But Zorro wants to keep playing with it, and I can stop him from doing that, and sometimes I will stop him to a certain extent, but I don't want to take all the fun out of it, because that's what he enjoys. It's just like when the dogs are out and we're free ranging and they're sniffing an area, usually I'll let them sniff to their heart's content, because that's what it's about. It's for them. And it's not always about keep moving or get away from this, whatever. Now, certain things, if we're in a predicament where we have to keep going, or if it could something dangerous or whatever and they shouldn't be sniffing, then I'll get them off of it, of course. Here's Princess. And Jag just trolls around, like I said. He's trolling around to see what he can get into. He's usually laying down, but he's pretty energetic today. I gotta check on the Jagster, see what he's up to. That's his tree down there. Ooh, he's working his way around the van here, I see. That's his tree where he's usually laying under. But where'd the Jagster go? Oh, there he is. He was chasing me around the van. They're so funny. Each dog's got its own personality, as I'm sure you're aware of, and they're hilarious in their own way. That's Zorro. Good picture there. And these cooling tubs are so wonderful because they emit the heat, dogs, through their pads. It's one of the places where they almost sweat. And I think it might actually be referred to as a sweat, but it's not super effective. But if you can cool the pads, you can assist in cooling the dog down. So when they can step in water, that really helps them cool down. And as I was saying, Princess lays in it. If you can get the underbelly, that's where the internal organs are. So you can really assist them even more in cooling them down. So Princess is sprinting down the course. And right now, folks, I'm just going to do a check, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay. Here is the Garmin. Let me go in a shaded area. So, I'm trying to get the camera to focus on it. I don't know if you can see this, but we'll look at Princess. Princess has a mile in right now, just chasing the flag. I'm going to go to Zorro. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. I'll read it to you. It's over 2 miles. So that's the kind of quick mileage they can build on here. We've been out here for 15 minutes, I believe. Zorro, good boy. Okay, good boys. No, good boys. Sometimes they'll get a little close to each other, too close for comfort, especially Princess and Chase. So I got to give them the old command with my voice, let them know, hey, none of that. And I know all the interactions, and I can read their body language really well. And I'm sure a lot of you can too on your dogs. So I know I can usually alert it if something's about to go down, or if one of them is feeling a certain way. I can usually tell what it is. So we've gone through a lot of training. Here's Jag and Chase playing around the tubs. These guys aren't even working, and they're just lounging around like we're in the Bahamas. It's all good. So canine body posture and their communication skills, we should all learn to pick up, because that really... Well, look at Jag climbing in there. Usually doesn't do it. Jag's very small for a husky. He's 45 pounds. Oh, look, he's going to dig. He's going to give us a show. That's great. He's a trip. Jag is probably the most animated dog I've ever had, and just a riot at everything we do. He finds a way to get us all laughing. He's moody too, but that's all how we read it. Okay, and here's Chase. And again, they're getting a sense of not too many other animals up here except for wild animals. So used to be a gentleman that lived on these lands that had a dog that would actually, we would let him use the amazing Chase equipment to get his dog some workout in, and he was amazed by what it is. Again, Amazing Chase is my name for it. Sometimes we'll play a little cat and mouse with it, as you see. We'll go back and forward to entice them. As I told you, any activity, what you want to do with what the design of any activity should be to engage your dog, to give his all and to participate. So, you know, some dogs like to chase a ball, usually not a husky. So we have to find activities that they want to engage. Usually they're instinctual, that appeals to their natural instincts. What this does is really helps them air it out, is what I say. Helps them sow their wild oats. Will help with behavior. Jag! Jag! Here! Good boy. Come on, no! Jag! Good boy. Come on. So something's always over there. I don't know what it is. We've never determined. It could be just who knows what. It's nothing toxic. It's probably some natural product or something natural. But he finds it and consumes it. So I eliminate that usually when I see him in an area for too long. Got birds flying overhead. I'll call him over to me. Zorro's going right for the water. And again, Princess and Zorro. Now, in addition, we have, if they don't want to drink out of where they're stepping, we have some other water bowls, which they're red because they're actually heated. So in the winter, oh, we didn't start. When you can, we'll start the fan, Jim.
I turned it on.
Oh, okay, I'll turn it on. That's good. Let's hook. Yep. Yep. Let's hook the water. Oh, did you hook the water? Okay. We've done it before. I think you can hook it if you want to get that out of their range. I'm going to try to hook the misting system up for the fan. And again, we put this canopy in because it provides shade to the dogs, because this is an open field. There's a couple trees, as you see, where they can get some shelter too. And of course I can leave the truck running and they could get in there if they wanted to, but it's not that hot now. And since I'm operating the camera, I'm going to get Jim to try to put the water on the fan. It's pretty cool. I'm sure you might have seen them before. Misting fans. They use them for sports teams and baseball games, little league, etc. I think they might even use them in the pros. So, what's that? Really? Yeah. And what happens is it... Oh, okay. It'll shoot a real fine mist pattern off of water. So it'll just get the dogs lightly. It'll get their hair, and then their hair almost acts like sweat because it'll evaporate the water, the mist that's on their hair, and when it evaporates, it helps cool them. So we're going to fire this up now and see how this goes. Any questions you may have? I know I'm throwing a lot at you, and I'm trying to make this as entertaining and interesting as possible. Yeah, it's got a bust there. Bust it, Jim. You can cut it off. Yep. So that fan must have gotten busted over the winter. We've got more, but I don't have a replacement with me, so I'll just oscillate the fan. Let me see if I can get this going. There we go. Let me see if that's the only hose. Yeah, that looks like the only hose. That's cool. Well, we'll do that. Small animal or something must have chewed it over the winter. We'll just run the oscillation on the fan, so go back and forth, and they can dip in the tub. You can see Chase coming right for Zorro. These guys, and that's Jag just laying down, and you can see this is just fun. This is whatever the dogs want to do. Now, I don't have my scooter with me today. Usually we keep a scooter up here, or two-wheel vehicle like an electric bike that I can ride around that field and give them all 5/8 of a mile on that track that we created, give them a workout. So I try to get them, the other dogs, Chase and Jag, who aren't as into this, about 5 miles each on a day like today, just so they can get exercise in as well. But without the scooter, it might be a little hard, depending how long we stay here, because Chase and Jag, by just harassing the other dogs, will get a few miles in. Zorro being the dark one, he absorbs the sun, so he gets hottest, and it happens pretty quick. Whereas the white dogs don't get as hot from the light because white reflects it. You can see how quick he is. Yeah, you got it by him, Jim. Good job, buddy. It's kind of a game to us, too, if we can get it by the Z-Man, because he's so quick. And for those of you interested, this morning I did, if you join WooFDriver Unleashed, you'll get a view of me training Gigi. We've been started a training regiment for training on the bike. She's our 7-month-old, I believe now, Chinese crested. She's 7 pounds. If you don't know the breed, she's of the hairy hairless, they call them. They actually have a little bit of hair, but they look like ponies, if you will, because their body's hairless and they have hair around their head and their paws. And there goes Princess sprinting down the course. So I'm going to stay here. My plan is, it's 2:46. I'm on the East Coast till about 4. Another hour and 15 minutes today, and we'll see what kind of mileage we can get in on the dogs. And I always measure my activities by mileage. Now other things play a factor, of course. Weather, conditions, obviously, and activities that I planned that we did yesterday, and activity that we're going to do the day after. Tomorrow, if things go right, we hope to do a WooFDriver on tour run where they'll be attached to the bike and we'll be mushing a trail somewhere. Seems like we're getting some more seasonal weather here. It's getting warm, and got some really exciting stuff coming up. As I said, if you join WooFDriver Unleashed, you'll learn. I try to dive deeper into the topics of dog training and how the wolf pack and I live together, what foods I feed them, behind the scenes information that I wouldn't necessarily share on all Facebook, because I know WooFDriver Unleashed probably are a little more interested, the people there. So in addition, I'll be working with the dogs. I hope to more one-on-one. Got some neat stuff coming up this summer. I don't want to divulge it all yet. It's exciting stuff. So good boy, Zorro. He's a little easier to get past by now because he's warm. But some really interesting, neat stuff. And part of them includes Gigi, and she's going to make some appearances with us on some of the outings we do, training her for that now. And I'm not training her just to go with us for that reason. I'm training her because she needs an energy release. She's a very hyper dog, and she needs to learn some management for her energy. And that's what I specialize in with all the dogs. You see the dogs are fairly warm, but they're doing great. And when we get in the van, I'll cool that down, so when they get in, it'll be nice and cool. There's other, as I told you, the misting system we use, of course, the cooling tubs, the fan. I yell at him, there he goes. There's other tricks of the trade that I use, such as cooling vests, same ones they use over for the desert dogs that are military dogs and dealing with desert temperatures. And when I say cooling vests, they actually they're not ice packs, they're cold packs, because I believe it's something like they stay a constant 54, 56 degrees, because I believe they found the most efficient way to cool the dogs. So you might think, oh, put an ice cube on them, but no, actually they found this material, or this gel, way that it performs, that it's most effective, not because it's the gel, they made the gel that way, to cooling them. Being at I think it's 56, 54, somewhere around there. Someone's out in the audience and knows, you can certainly help me. But been doing this for years, so I've found many ways. There's Chase taking a drink there. And you can see them all. They're having a ball. And what I'm going to do is, after I'm done the live broadcast, which I'm going to give it another 5 minutes or so, I'm going to take some pictures. I've got my long-range camera, get some beautiful birds up here, and also I love, in case you didn't notice, getting the expressions of the dogs as they're so enjoying themselves. I wish you could hear Princess down there, because she just goes crazy on that thing. She yells at it when she can't catch it. And Zorro, good boy! So that's where we're at now. Again, I use my GPS meter. They're wearing the collar to see where they're at, just to give you an idea. Zorro's over 3¼ miles right now, folks. Just in the past 5 minutes, he put that on her. Where last time I checked, 6 minutes ago, whatever it was. That's how quick. And I was like, keep an eye on Princess. She is the eldest. And the exercise is so important to her because it really helps with her arthritis. In fact, yeah, she's over 2 miles now. You wouldn't see her, you wouldn't know she had arthritis because when we can get enough activities in with her. And there's Jag. He's getting cool. Jag, what are you doing to the truck? Jaggy, must you always do something, sir? He's just having fun. So, he's so funny. Most dogs, when something crawls on them, whether it's an ant or a fly or whatever, when they feel it, they're looking like, what's on me? And they sometimes try to bat it or get it with their mouth. It's pretty comical. So again, I almost can always tell you what's going on with one of my guys, one of my dogs, because I know their posture. And Princess was just getting ready to lay down, but she decided it's not shallow enough yet. And yesterday, you got to remember, we did about 5 miles. Yesterday was a lot cooler. We did 5 miles free ranging, and free ranging is totally different dynamics. That's where we're rolling without a leash on usually open farmlands. This will also teach the dogs to play nicely together with toys, even though I usually don't promote the toy play amongst them because it's a lot of dogs, and with Huskies, because of their independent nature, there can become a problem. So we usually limit it to sticks in the backyard and other natural structures. There are a bunch of toys, but everybody has a chance at them. It's not just one dog will get a toy, because even if you give the same dogs, even if you give all the dogs the same toy, you can still have a confrontation. When I'm around, it's okay, but when I'm not there, I really like to keep it limited to the toys in their crates and in their own personal space. There are some toys outside that have been there for years that they may pick up, and they work that out nicely. But if a new toy enters the arena and one dog gets it, he thinks he possesses it. So if I was going to add a toy, I add it outside when none of them are there and let them find it. But this chasing the flag, what I call amazing chase, does teach them to work with each other because there's only one toy there, and I'm here to guide them to make sure that there are no possessive gestures which can lead to the confrontations that I'm talking about. So that's all in dog behavior, and love to talk about it if you have any questions. I know I try to address them all in WooFDriver Unleashed. There's a couple questions I still haven't gotten to. Sometimes, please don't take it personal. Sometimes I can't get to them. They're just, the explanations are so long and dog specific that I would really need to be there to possibly help you work through the issue you may be having. But that's where sometimes what I like to do is, when I'm just watching a bird, I can't see it because I have sunglasses on, let somebody that's having a problem hire a trainer in their area and possibly talk to them directly, or give you questions and results to look for from them. I can guide you on that, depending on some issues are easy, we can discuss on Facebook, or I can give you advice and you can go to it from there. But some of them are a little harder, and again, very dog specific. Zorro.
It's a little hot today.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I'm gonna sign off here in a few minutes, folks. But I am the WooFDriver, your host, doing all kinds of wild activities and adventures with the dogs for Huskies, and one's got a little Malamute in him. You can see him right there. He's the more traditional looking one, actually. And a little Chinese crested as well we have. It's been doing this stuff for different activities, but doing what I do with Huskies for over 20 years now. So this isn't my first rodeo. I got a lot of experience, and I'm known as the Husky expert in different parts of the world. Certainly on my website, at least, huskydogexpert.com. And you can always find out more about me, billhellman.com. That's my name, and they don't call me WooFDriver. And also WooFDriver.com. You can find all my websites on allwoof.com. Ran out of energy there. So, one quick shot of all the equipment here, folks. I'm going to give them a quick view of the equipment. So this is some of these machines. That's one we need to fix. Some of these have road cases, as you see. Those were bought. The other kind, like that, was customized by my team. You can see battery chargers, because the portable equipment is made to be run in a field anywhere, very portable, and that's when you would need those car batteries. So this is a pretty extensive setup. You can see this has been in the making for, I'm going to say, we've been doing this for 5-6 years now. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah, that's good. Chase is working with us today. So, folks, I'm the WooFDriver again. I appreciate you tuning in, and please stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe to me on WooFDriver Unleashed. Join that group, to get some behind the scenes and a little more instructional videos and explanations of what I do, and possibly can help you with your dog. And I'd love to see you out here again real soon. This is WooFDriver signing off. Have a great day, everybody.